visibility being friendly. This signifies a good weather temperature as precipitation is not included, but with a low thundery showers and a moderate of breeze. And also moving on to Thursday, the 24th of May, we still have the temperature being 30 degrees Celsius with a humidity of 83% and also pressure being 1012 millibars with visibility also being good. There is a low chance of precipitation and of course a gentle breeze from the west side. And also moving on to Friday, the 24th of May, we also have the temperature being 30 degrees Celsius with a humidity of 85% and also pressure being 1013 millibars with also a good visibility. We also have a low chance of precipitation with light winds from the north side. And also it is good to note that this data can vary as there is a change in the weather condition. My name is Akwaribula Rabiatu, and this is the weather segment. We are going for a quick commercial break. When we are back, Newspaper Review continues. Stick and stay with us.
Hello and welcome to GH Schools, and I'm here to introduce all our schools to you, and I'm starting with GH Media School. So GH Media School, we have 3 departments: journalism and media studies, journalism and media arts, and then production. So if you want to learn anything about JMS, media, journalism, TV presenting, radio presenting, newspaper reporting, if you want to learn anything about acting, then it is journalism and media arts. And then you can also opt for our wonderful production department, where you learn camera, sound, editing, animation, together with directing. And this is what we are offering you at GH Media School. If you want to opt for our cosmetology school, then I bet you that is the best cosmetology school you can get here in the country. Anybody who wants to learn about beauty, then you need to come to GH Cosmetology School. We have 3 departments there. We have beauty specialty, beauty therapy, and full cosmetology. So we do subjects like makeup and eye enhancement, facials, nail technology, pedicure, and manicure. If you're moving on to do the beauty therapy course, then you need to add body massage and body therapy to it. If you also want to have our full combo, which is the full cosmetology course, then you learn everything about this beauty specialty course, everything about beauty therapy course, and then you learn about everything hair, starting from braiding, wig care, etc., etc. And that is our cosmetology department. Our 3rd department is the fashion department, and this time we are just learning fashion designing and technology. There you learn about pattern drafting, textile technology, fashion designing, fashion business, garment construction, placement, and then children's wear. You learn about men's wear and ladies' wear. Your 3rd level, you learn about occasional wear and traditional wear. And then the 4th level, you learn about bridal wear, suits for men, suits for ladies. And that is wonderful at our fashion department. Our 4th school is the new catering school. We have subjects like food production, and we call it cookery. We have subjects like pastry production, cake production, and sugar craft, beverage production. We have added event management, and with our event management, it starts from event decoration, event planning, and then you move to event management. And we have also added hotel management to it, so that you can learn about hotel services. Then we come to our 5th school, and that is our new baby, and that is the technology school. The technology school, we have 3 courses. The first course is computer systems or computer studies, where you learn about computer hardware, computer software, and networking. Then our 2nd course is multimedia production. You learn about graphic designing, infographics, animation, and you add website designing and app development to it. Then our 3rd course there, that is electronics. You can call it electronic repairs or electronic installation. This is what we have for you at the technology school. All the schools have workshops, and our workshops are the state of the art. Talking about media workshops, cosmetology workstations and work areas, fashion machines, catering workshops, and then our technology repairs workshop, installation workshops, etc. We have hostel facilities. Our hostel is directly opposite the school. Everything we do here at GH Schools is practical. We also have qualified lecturers, and we call them facilitators. Our fees are very moderate, and you can pay in installments. If you want to contact any of our schools, you can call the numbers on your screen. Our forms are available for all the schools, but
myself and Juwan and Adam.
starting with
This is a call to you. The dreamers.
Dreamers take a chance. Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that see no boundaries.
Get connected, feel the vibe. Catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Share your passion, let it flow.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Share your thoughts and let them know.
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
Share your fire, share your fire.
To the architects of their journeys, every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams, connecting ambitions. Telecel, connecting energies.
Hello and welcome to GH Schools, and I'm here to introduce all our schools to you, and I'm starting with GH Media School. So GH Media School, we have 3 departments: journalism and media studies, journalism and media arts, and then production. So if you want to learn anything about
Welcome back from that quick commercial break. And like I promised, we have insightful discussions for you. So we delve straight into the review of the newspapers. So on the front page of the Daily Graphic today, we have Kayaye Empowerment Program launch. 5,000 female headquarters targeted, 2 hostel facilities inaugurated. So the Vice President has launched the empowerment program. What do you think about that?
I think it's a very good step, because you see, the Kayaye, they actually need help. They're sleeping on the street in front of people's shops and stuff. It's not good, you see. So I feel like it's a very good step. Well done. Yes.
Fine. All right, so moving away from the empowerment program launch, we also have on the front page of the newspaper, invested petroleum funds appreciate to $1.24 billion. PIAC reports. moving away from the Daily Graphic, on the front page of the Chronicles, we have Bankra Inland Port Concession Dispute. APSL sues Ghana for $3.6 billion UN court at the UN court for breach of contract. What do you have for us on your paper?
So on the new publisher, I have police file injunction to stop Yvonne Nelson from Dumso demo. This can be found at the page 2 of the new publisher. We also have NDC minority blocks insensitive to business. Yeah, and this can be found also at the page 2 of the publisher.
So with the story of the police granting an injunction, do you think it's a good call from the police?
Actually, let me read a little, let me give a little detail of it. So, yes, so to maintain order, the Ghana Police Service has issued an injunction at an Accra High Court halting the much anticipated Dumso stop demonstration before it can take place. So it's like the police actually doing this just to maintain order.
Oh, okay.
You see, some demonstrations actually brings quarrels and then hurting each other. Yeah, so I think the police is just doing this to maintain
order. And then I
order.
think they are also doing it to postpone the date because it should have it will be held on that is 25th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they are just doing it to postpone the date and then have a perfect timing for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have here today with me the Inquisitor. So on the front page of the Inquisitor newspaper, Operation Get SP Out. More mud planned as government packages new lies. And this can be seen on the page 4 of the Inquisitor newspaper. Away from that, I have Kosa takes over local government as new minister. Then I also have with me here Tubu's letter to IGP. Insider job sniffed as police officers murmur. Then, away from that, I have the Youth Employment Agency, which is the YEA, launches initiative to upskill 6,000 head porters.
All right, so looking at the issue of the OSP,
Yeah.
We've heard that more mud thrown on OSP as government tries to frustrate the OSP.
Yeah.
Why would government want to frustrate an office that they created to help fight corruption?
Yeah, so if they created an office to help fight corruption, I think the office they've actually created is now actually embracing the corruption. So why not?
So that is why the former OSP Martin Amidu is petitioning the president to remove the current OSP
Exactly,
from. Oh, okay,
yeah.
that's fine. All right, so going back to the Daily Graphic, the back page says, Dr. Baumia commissions integrated recycling compost plant in Wa. So we know that with the issue of fighting sanitation, other measures are being put in place to help ensure that everything is recycled so that we limit or we try and do away with the filth that is ongoing. So I feel that
That is a good point.
yes, this is a good policy, and I pray that they do it well so that it doesn't look like a 1 day or 9 day wonder kind of thing.
halfway,
Exactly.
yeah.
So on the center spread of the publisher, we have King Promise announces third studio album. The award-winning Ghanaian artist King Promise has announced he will be releasing his third studio album soon. So we should look out for that.
Oh wow, I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah.
You know, he has been really doing very, very extremely well.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait for
The
this
third
song.
album.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on page 6 of the Chronicle newspaper, Chief Justice takes mentorship to second cycle schools. The Chief Justice, Gertrude Saki Tokonu, has established Justice Club in secondary schools to help increase the public education, knowledge, and appreciation of the law. According to her, the law interacts with every aspect of human life, and the reason its appreciation is crucial for national development. So with this, the Chief Justice is basically trying to let us get to know the law and understand the law at the early stage of our education. and also helps to get people pursue law in the near future.
It would be very good to do that because, you know, we all have this kind of perception that law is a very difficult and hard subject or a profession or a career to actually achieve. So I think when this is done, it would help the young ones actually consume it before they even grow up.
Exactly.
And those who have passion for this law career and then are being maybe some people are there, they have passion for this career, but their friends are telling them that you can't do this. I think this will be better for you. Law is difficult.
Exactly.
I think it will motivate them
to help change the narrative. Exactly.
And then wash away that kind of perception that we all have. So on the center spread of the Inquisitor newspaper, I have interest on business loans hitting 50%, with no bank offering rates below 30%. And then I have here intra-Africa trade is low. Let's risk our resources to make a great Africa. This is said by Dangote. So let me elaborate more on this. The Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, has bemoaned the low level of intra-Africa trade despite the continent being endowed with natural resources and having a promising future What do you think about that?
So I feel that Africa is blessed when it comes to natural resources, but how we exploit natural resources is a problem. We basically get the raw materials, take it out. Now they process it and bring it down to us to use.
And be sold at a high rate.
Yes, so we should find ways of exploiting our natural resources here in our own continent.
That's a great move there.
Yes, so on the front page of the Informer, we are proud of you. Chiefs extolled Bawumia. Bawumia is actually doing well nowadays, of late, because the news are coming up about he helping Kayayes, and then he's actually forcing.
Okay,
yes,
let me chip
So
in.
the Chiefs are actually very proud.
You know it's election year, right? And people will go extra mile to actually gain their votes.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
so
delving deep into the story, it looks more like the Chiefs are happy with how he conducts his campaign, devoid of hate speech and other things. That is why they are looking at appreciating him for what he's doing. We hope that all our presidential candidates would also go by their campaign without hate speech, so that at least the tensions going into the election will decrease. Exactly.
Down,
All right, so on the center spread of the Chronicle newspaper, Opuni's trial, I was put before the tribunal of Cocoa House for holding information, says the witness. So the former CEO of Ghana Cocoa Board, a standing trial, and witnesses are giving their account of what is transparent, where they are held to not give out some necessary informations to the court. Now let's look at the sports segment of the Chronicle newspaper. Rashford and Henderson left out of England squad for Euros 2024. That can be found on page 15 of the Chronicle newspaper. So as the European season is gradually coming to an end, the European tournament, that is the Euros, also is set to begin in June. And national teams have started doing their call-ups, and it looks like because Henderson and Rashford are not so up when it comes to their form and performance, they've been left out in the England squad.
Okay. Moving away from the sports on the Chronicles, we have the informal business news. CD depreciates precious, slow down on improved foreign exchange liquidity. $1 equals to 15 cedis.
This CD depreciation thing is really becoming a problem.
Very, very serious. Like 15 cedis, $1. It's serious.
Well, going back to the sports corner on the Daily Graphic, African Games medalist coaches receive bonuses. So finally, some good news for our African Games coaches and those who won medals at the African Games. Finally, they've been paid. This is what we've been calling for, and we thank the Ministry of Youth and Sports for fulfilling this obligation. Also, Starlets Wafu Zombie Championship, Starlets in semis. Despite the late start of the Starlets in the ongoing Zombie Championship, they've picked up and currently they are topping their table, which is a good sign. Their coach, Larry Kingston, a former Black Star player, is really doing well with the Starlets.
So here on the foreign news of the Inquisitor newspaper, I have South Korea bans TikTok hit idolizing Kim Jong-un. So let me elaborate more on this. South Korea has said it will ban a viral North Korean propaganda tune that extols TikTok. So what do you think about this? I think TikTok is actually another platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, to actually bring out or to advertise your business or something. So why would they actually ban this?
Well, you see, TikTok has its good aspects and
It's
negative
bad, yeah, sure.
aspects. So you see, in some of the continents in the world now, they are focusing their energies on channeling the positive aspect, the educational aspect of these various social media platforms. Unlike some of us who, quote unquote, goes on these social media platforms and we do things that are not viewer friendly. But some continents are strictly aligning to a direction where it helps build their individual economies rather than the entertainment aspect of it.
And I feel they should put strict rules on how the platform is used, because some things they put there is bad.
Well,
It doesn't help the kids. You see,
we say we are in the Gen Z era, so everything is allowed.
Okay, so at the back page of the informal, we have tackling Ghana's waste menace. Upper West gets treatment plant. Zoom Lion commended as Baumia promises jobs.
Yes, so
Baumia again.
So like I said, in the fight to ensure that Ghana becomes a clean nation, it is good when we hear initiatives like this.
Yeah.
But like I said, the sustainability of it is what matters now. It is, we are now going to move from the implementation stage and how well can we sustain it as a country.
I just hope he doesn't
do
stop doing all this when he's been voted into power. Yes.
He'll continue.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
All right, so for some international news, on page 16 of the Daily Graphic, help fight terrorism in sub-region. ECOWAS Commission appeals to President Akufo-Addo. So let me elaborate a little on that. The ECOWAS Commission has appealed to President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to use his influence and knowledge to help in the fight against terrorism that is wreaking havoc on the sub-region. It also urged Ghana's president to lead the way in bringing back the three countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, that have threatened to leave the bloc. So when you look at our sub-region, the issue of terrorism and coup d'etat has become something that is on the rise.
Yeah.
And ECOWAS is doing everything possible to rally all these countries under the sub-region to come together and fight against this terrorism. And looking at the credentials of our president, who we all know, as he was ECOWAS chair, used his influence to help bring people together. They are still calling on him to use that same influence to get else to help fight the terrorism. Because once terrorism begins in a particular country in the sub-region, automatically it will trickle down to exactly other countries as well.
So
Okay,
here,
still on the publisher, we have is actually an opinion. The irony of John Mahama using Dumsor as a campaign subject. It is an assuming surprise to hear former President John Mahama, now aspiring president and flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, criticize the incumbent government over the recent erratic cuts in power supply. So it's literally about the current doomsday issues, and then Mahama is using this as his campaign. He's campaigning against NPP using doomsday. And do you think?
Well, it's election year and things like this are expected. So it doesn't come to me as a surprise at all.
It's not new, yeah.
Exactly.
But this is so surprising. So this is the entertainment segment on page 11 on the Inquisitor newspaper. Music is dangerous. It's a dangerous business. Invest in the future. Should I tell you who said this? Nana Echampo.
Wow. A legend.
Can you imagine? Yes, a legend. Saying this. I mean, why would he say this? 'Cause
Well, in a way, I try to get what he's saying. You see, music itself is a tool that can bring people together and can equally
Also
divide
yeah.
people. Yeah, so whatever lyrics you pen down and you translate it into your music should be something that will not bring anything like misunderstanding that will threaten the security and peace of the nation. So in a way, I try to side with that.
So he's saying invest in the future. Is it that, does he actually means that music is actually not anything worth it to actually give you the money you want?
You see, music is just like you taking care of a student, like you paying fees every semester, and then
you want to see results.
good. That's how it is.
Oh,
so
okay.
I second him. Yeah.
All right, so
This is so surprising though.
So this is where we wrap up on the newspaper review segment, and we are going to move straight into the political discussion. So stay with us as we take a quick breather. We'll be right back.
You're beautiful.
Jingle back, no, man.
Now, when suffering, you're covered by. Wow, I can taste ginseng extract in there.
Exactly.
This taste reminds me of our childhood days. Grandma used to send us to go to the forest and go get her ginseng to prepare something for Grandpa. There was this time your mother saw a snake. Hey!
I've never run that fast in my life.
Hey, Muna Namiva. What's your agency? Quiet blunt to him. What's right? Okay,
and with the help of all those we met on the way, we finally found that special herb. It's called ginseng.
Wow. Uncle, tell us what story.
Okay, I will tell you more.
Jingle Herbal. Drink herbs the new way.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is a call to you. The dreamers.
Dreamers take a chance. Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that see no boundaries.
Get connected, feel the vibe. Catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Share your passion, let it flow.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Share your thoughts and let them know.
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
Share your fire. Share your fire.
Election year has dawned upon us, and it is gradually drawing very, very close. And we see policies and counter-policies flying through the media spaces and the political space. Also, counter-allegations and allegations are also flying. Today, we are going to look at the OSP and Iyoko's saga, their misunderstanding on the Cecilia Dapaah issue. I am Danso Nassar Skizito, and I'm doing this with two communicators, one from the NPP and one from the NDC. Mr. Adam, you are welcome.
Thank you, Narcis.
Mr. Joel, you're also welcome.
Thank you.
I believe you are poised for this morning's discussion.
Oh, yes, we are.
Very well, very well. So not wasting too much time. We've been hearing the issues of fighting corruption in our country. And because of that, the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo instituted the Office of the Special Prosecutor and to help deal with issues of corruption. But it looks like the office itself is now at loggerheads with other agencies or entities that helps in fighting corruption. A typical example is the sanitation minister's issue, money laundering issue and corruption-related issues. Now, OSP is saying that they don't find any issue of corruption with their findings, and they've now given it to the Iyoko to look into it. Iyoko is also accusing OSP of not finishing them with the needed documents to help look into the money laundering issue. What is your take on that, Mr. Adam?
Thank you so much, Danso. I would like to say a very good morning to your lovely viewers out there. You've already stated clearly that the OSP is supposed to investigate the issue and to even find out whether the money is money laundering or it is corrupt related.
All right, sure.
So, I would say OSP has already done his part, and then what is supposed, like the job given to him to investigate the case, he's on it, and the person hasn't seen what people claim it is.
Okay.
And he has passed on the issue to another entity which he thinks can handle the issue. Now, it is for these people, the Iyoko, to tell us what they have seen, like have they also done any investigation, or according to their report or whatever the OSP is saying before. I know before you hand over a case to someone, you need to present the necessary documents, like what you've seen about the case before you are passing it on.
Exactly, but here's the case. Iyoko is also saying that, yes, OSP says they can't find any corruption-related issues with the matter, and now they've petitioned them to look into money laundering. But here's the case, they are complaining that the OSP has not given them the necessary report or materials they need to pursue that investigation.
If he has any reports which will enable them to investigate for money laundering or whatever it is, he won't hesitate providing the document to them, because OSP was handling the case from the beginning.
Yes.
Like when the case was out, everybody thought, like everybody's perception was, it is corruption, it is something which they have to catch the lady for. But everything has a process. So following up this process, whatever you've realized in your investigation, that's what you are going to testify about.
Okay.
So if you don't have anything to provide or to even hold the person for. You can't.
Oh, but at least there should be a blueprint to guide the Yoko in what they are supposed to do and what not to do.
I mean, that is for the office of the OSP to the office of the special prosecutor to do that. If he hasn't found anything, no one else was assigned to that task to investigate the case. So,
very well, very well. So moving on to Mr. Joel, who is a communicator for the NDC. Looking at the whole saga regarding the OSP and the Yoko, what is your take on that?
All right, thank you very much for having me here. I want to say good morning to your viewers.
Sure.
You know, this particular issue of the OSP and Yoko, I'm so much disappointed. Yes, the reason why I'm saying I'm disappointed is for the fact that these are entities that are enforcing our laws.
Exactly.
Especially important aspects of what our laws.
Sure.
And now you are, I mean, having this banter. What are you trying to tell the ordinary Ghanaian? Yes, so let me pick on the OSP.
Okay.
Yes, so picking on the OSP has to know that he has his own part to play.
Sure.
Iyoko has his own part to play.
Exactly.
Yes. So, in the first place, when the issue came up, what was the analysis the OSP made before he took up the case? Because see, the case was about money.
Sure.
So that should give you a red flag that let me do even a backdoor investigation before I
come
can
to the
pick,
public domain.
You understand? Because we have to know that issues of corruption are not tackled hastily. You have to first of all take it step by step because we don't rush into issues of corruption. So that is why I'm so much disappointed with the OSP.
But
Yes.
talking about being disappointed, don't you feel that going on a media spree to let the whole nation know this is what he's doing is a right call, so to say?
Yes, it is a right call, all right. But the issue is this. You have not really satisfied on what you are doing.
Okay.
And you are giving, I mean, you are bringing, even though, you know, the office of the special prosecutor, you know, everything they have to do, it is mandated for what? The public to know. You understand?
Exactly.
But here is the case. Let's look at it from this angle. When you meet a case like this, and it is money packed in envelopes and other things.
And in bags.
In bags.
Yeah.
You can't just assume that it is corruption. That is first thing you have to know, because we know that the SP has the intelligence to know that this case is handled like this or that. But looking at this case and then you just jump in to pick up and say it is a corruption case and you are tackling it.
So if I'm getting you, are you trying to say that the OSP doesn't really know what his work entails?
Exactly. That is the point. That is my point here. Because in the first place, that's the foul you've played there. Because you didn't even know what your work is. If you had known your work, you would have done even a backdoor investigation and even know that this case is not my own to handle and give it to the right person to handle.
So the whole approach was wrong.
Wrong.
Very
It was
good.
just wrong.
Very good. But there have been some high-ranking party officials of your party, that is the NDC, who, when the whole issue started, came up and they were applauding the OSP for the step he has taken. First of all, putting it in the public domain, letting them know that these and these are the things they found in her apartment. Even gave us video evidence of everything.
Exactly,
But
I know.
your party high-ranking members are very okay with how he went about the whole issue. Does it mean that there is some kind of disagreement even between yourselves in your own party?
No. See, the issue is that I understand from the angle, but this is OSP we are talking about.
Exactly.
The high-ranking politicians, they are looking at it in a particular angle.
Okay.
But you as the OSP, you have to also look at it in a perspective, an expert perspective.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
Yes. So you can't just say you are jumping into what the viewers or your audience are what in support with. No, you are an expert. Because see, looking at me being an expert on a particular thing, before I approach it, I have to do a round search of the particular thing before I picked it up. That is one thing he has failed to do.
Okay.
And I am so much disappointed because it's one approach that has caused this particular banter. Because look, if he has done the backdoor investigation and got to realize that no, this is not in my power and given to the rightful, owner, we wouldn't be having this back and forth.
Okay. All right. So moving away from that, now the IOCO is now saying that because they don't have any reports from the OSP to work with, they can't trial Mrs. Dapaah for the money laundering charges that the OSP is throwing about in the media space. What do you have to say on that?
Okay, so before I started talking, I made mention that these are major entities that hold our law enforcement high esteem. So I've spoken about the OSP. Now, with a part of IOCO, well, they have a point to say that OSP has taken a step to even investigate the case before handing over to them.
All right.
And so they need what? A report from the site.
Yes.
It is right.
Ideally, that is the right thing to do.
To do,
Yes.
exactly. But they shouldn't forget that it is also in section 1.3, the Act of 1044, that in a case where a situation like this, we are not able to identify the source of it, and there's no report, you as an agency that deals with money laundering, you can pick it up from there.
So on the issue of picking it up, now, Mr. Eden, there is another school of thought that the MPP government, who wants Ghanaians to believe that they are fighting corruption, is now fighting the office they created to fight against corruption. That is why all these issues of IOCO saying they can't trial Mrs. Dapaah because they don't have any report. And now we're also hearing the former special prosecutor, Martin Amidu, also petitioning the president to remove the OSP from his office based on the same corruption tag. Do you feel that your party is doing justice to the work of the OSP and we are not sensing any foul play from your party?
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that, that the party is like, they are putting enough effort to at least find out the source of Cecilia Dapaah's money. And the office of the special prosecutor was assigned by the presidency.
Exactly.
And then the mission or the purpose for that office is to investigate issues like this. So if you, someone who have been appointed to investigate issues, you're not showing your relevance, the office being handed over to you, the record that you need to work, like as a case like this, which everybody, even from the beginning of the case, we already made that stigma that it is a money laundry or
corruption-related activity.
And that's the stigma that is living in everybody's head. And now you are presenting the case to another entity that will work on it. And then you are not even giving them any reports to even find out what you've investigated so far in the case.
All right.
So I think the president and then the party is being fair enough to make that decision to whether
talking about the party and the president. Hold on. Talking about the president and the party being fair. The very first time this issue came up in the media space, when Cecilia Dapaah tendered in her resignation so that she can be investigated. In the president's response to her resignation, he made mention that he believes in her, and at the end of the finding, she will come out clear. Don't you feel that this statement from the president, in a way, influenced the special prosecutor in doing his work?
I don't think the OSP to rely on the president's words before working on the issue.
No, but you see, I am the highest authority, and I have given you something to do for me. So there is that perception that, yes, so far as my paymaster says this, then I should do everything possible to satisfy my paymaster.
That is his problem if he's thinking like that. Because if maybe this is a case which everybody is like, everybody's attention is on, like corruption, which everybody is trying to fight in the country. Every president that comes into power, they try to fight corruption. I don't think someone believing in someone should stop you from investigating the person.
Okay.
If maybe I believe in you and I appoint you in an office, which maybe you guys are not working on the same data. You are in a different office.
Yes.
And this woman is also in a different office. My testament or my testimony about somebody should stop you from investigating whether the case is corruption or my statement given. I should rely on the statement and not to investigate the case. You should rather even try to prove me wrong.
Okay.
The person you think you know, let me let you know the person more. What you think the person cannot do. As the office of the special prosecutor, let me show you what the person can do.
So you feel that the president's statement is not anything that is contradicting the investigation.
Have the power to stop investigation on anybody he appoints
All right.
into office.
So thank you very much. In a minute, rate the OSP's work with regards to the Cecilia Dapaah saga.
Well, he has done nothing. Yes, because from the onset, I said the approach to the case was bad. And so it messed up the whole thing. So he has done nothing.
Okay.
Yes, to me, he has done nothing. And I will put this on the fact that, you know, the MPP government, one of their key policies was the corruption. They were going to fight the corruption. But at the end of the day, what are we seeing?
But there are several,
what are we
gentlemen,
seeing?
hold on. There are several cases pending in court that the MPP government is trying other political opponents for some misdeeds or corruption-related issues. So,
but the issue is that
why are you singling out the Cecilia Dapaah story and saying that they are not?
I'm not singling out Cecilia Dapaah's case, but the issue is that I'm just tackling on the policy of Nana Akufo-Addo when he was coming
Thank you very
to
much.
power.
So, viewers, on the issue of touching on the policies of the MPP government, we'll take a quick breather. When we come back, we will delve deeper and look at how the policies of the various political parties are going into the 2024 election. One has selected his running mate, the other is yet to select his running mate. One is going on a tour, talking to people, doing consultation. One is also yet to set up his campaign team. When we are back from the break, we'll look at all this. Do stay with us. All right, thank you for staying with us. Now we are going to look at the potential hotspots going into this election, and like I said, look at the policies as well. In the 2020 election, we saw or we heard issues about violence in some constituencies, specifically the West Wuogon constituency, where some members of parliament were on the receiving side of slaps and other things. I'm going to discuss with my viewers, my guest here, what this whole political tension is turning our electorate into. So back to you, Mr. Joel. On the back of previous elections, we've had issues where there are some constituencies, whatever you do, there is a bit of violence that comes out of there. What are the political parties doing? Now we've heard people calling for peace council to ensure that there is a peaceful election, admonish the EC and admonish the political parties. What is your party doing as the National Democratic Congress to ensure that this election is free, fair, and very peaceful.
Okay, all right. So with the issue of violence in, some constituencies when it comes to election, it's normal. I can say it's normal because,
if
we
you
are
say
dealing
normal, if you say normal, it is more like it is something that has come to stay. Which, if it is normal,
yes,
we wouldn't
because
be.
see,
If it is normal, we wouldn't be having people speak against it.
Yes, people speak against it, but it's been happening. Not from now. Since we started, we hear of this particular situation. That is why this time we want to change the narrative. Yes, so this time we want to change the narrative in a way that we are making campaigns and then, educating people on, especially the youth. When it comes to these issues, it's the youth that are mostly involved in it.
Exactly.
Yes, so we are educating the youth more on peaceful election. That is why the Peace Council, is in and educating, and as well, stakeholders are also doing that. Yes.
So, talking about the campaigns to ensure that there is a peaceful election, Mr. Edem, looking at the ongoing registration process for the first-time voters, there has been several incidents of violence where people are beaten, people are stabbed, even chasing of EC officials and other things, all in the name of we want the right people to register, busing underage people to the registration centers. All these things, don't you feel that it is something that is going to heighten the tension in the build-up to the elections?
Yeah, definitely, it is going to heighten because if the process for the voters' registration isn't smooth, how do you expect a smooth?
No, but you see, most of the violence or the cases that are coming is coming from the political parties. Yes, the EC has come out to let us know that when they started, they faced some challenges. And going forward, we are all seeing that now the process is becoming very smooth. But where from this tension brewing from these political parties, NDC accusing MPP, MPP also accusing NDC. That is where I want us to focus more on.
My brother made a statement that during election times like this, things like this are bound to happen. Even during Kwame Nkrumah's time, things like this happened. People were struggling just to.
For the fact that it happened then doesn't mean it is right and it still has to continue.
It is something, since the process, they are not doing it for only NDC people or only MPP people. The center is definitely going to be choked with these two parties, and everybody is going to try their ways to rather get the registration first. So I just think that already the MPP governments are putting measures into place to make like security very strong at these centers that these things are.
Which centers? What security measures are they putting?
When you go to registration centers, you see police people.
Yeah.
You see them patrolling around.
Yeah. How many police people are there on the grounds?
Even if there's one policeman around, what is the job of the policeman there, or what is he assigned to do? Exactly. They are there to maintain peace.
To maintain, but yet still we are facing the situation we are facing the whole.
Gentlemen, hold on. Gentlemen, hold on. So talking about maintaining of peace, we've not seen or heard anybody or any video perpetuating that those who are in the queue are the ones causing the problem.
Yes.
But rather, we hear and we see videos of people being bussed to the center, that is macho men bussed to the center to disrupt the whole process. So let's say the NDC was accusing the MPP of registering minors in the Volta region. So the NDC decided to do everything possible to stop that. And in the process of stopping that, it led to a misunderstanding, and we had to halt the registration for some time, where after halting it, people got hurt and other things. So all these things are some of the issues we are seeing. Why are we focusing on the violence aspect? Because I don't understand why you should tell me that it is something that is bound to happen.
No, see, the issue is that we are not focusing on the violence. You stated clearly that they are busing minors
No,
to go and
listen.
and this thing has to stop.
Hold on.
Yes, because this is an election.
To let our viewers,
and
kindly come down. Kindly come down. To let our viewers understand and know what we are really tackling. I made mention of you are accusing. It is alleged. Whoever accuses has to come out with their proof. Yeah. And as we speak now, we've not had any of the political parties coming out to say that these are videos, these are pictures of so and so. They are all accusations and allegations.
You will see. Even the people that are taking charge of this voters registration, they've divided the people into groups. They have not only dedicated a job to NDC people or NPP people.
So moving away from the two political parties, now let's dwell on the EC, the Electoral Commission. Calls have been made that the Electoral Commission is being a tool to be used to rig the election. That is some calls from the NDC saying that the EC is doing everything possible to rig the election in favor of the MPP. And we've been hearing all this in the news for some time now. Don't you feel that with such comments, always bashing the EC, is also something that leads to these issues of violence in our electoral area, because we don't seek to trust the Electoral Commission?
Since everybody is trying to come into power, they are definitely going to try ways. They are definitely going to say things which will trigger anger on the other party for the other one to oppose the other one. So I just feel like they should just be real. Like whatever the NDC should be real with their people. You should tell them that when you go, make the right decision. Do not tarnish someone's image. Do not paint a black picture about someone expecting a good result from it. When you tell me that the person is a bad person, when I go there and I meet members of that party, I'm definitely going to fight them. So I think Ghanaians should make this free and fair, and then should forget about fight and violence, because the votes, we are the ones going to elect the people. You are just voting. When you vote, the person is coming into power to make decisions for you.
All right.
Yes.
So what do you have to say on
yes,
that?
on the same issue. Look, I want to talk on this because the EC has a major role to play when it comes to the registration.
Exactly.
And the people that are working for the EC addressing the media when this registration started, she made mention that the people that they are working with have been the people they've worked with for a very long time. And so they know them, they believe in them. And so they would. But look, you will get to a center and then somebody is there with maybe a minor. The person maybe has a political party that you want the person to vote for.
Exactly.
And so it comes and then guarantee for the person. You, the person registering that fellow, you ask the person questions and the person is not able to answer, and you go ahead to register the person. Are you helping the nation?
Exactly. It means
you see
everybody has a role to play in this exercise.
So the EC has. So if the EC is monitoring their data, everything, they will get to realize that at a point the people are not doing the right thing, and they have to come in and make all the necessary corrections to avoid this. Because see, when you register such people in the name of, I want them to vote for my party, and they vote, we have not had any fair election. Yes, we have not had fair election.
So you, the electoral officers are also
part of this,
condoning
exactly.
All right. So moving away from that, in the 2012 election petition, where the MPP went to court suspecting some foul play, we were told that elections are won at the polling station. So if there is anything that needs to be done, it should be won at the polling station. Now, why don't these two political parties channel your energies into training your polling agents to be able to man the polling centers well and allow the EC to do their work as well? Yes, so Mr. Eden, take that for me.
I think as a government, all these are very necessary. Like, it shouldn't even get to election before we make room for all these things. It should even be planned before election. And I think the process in which the EC is putting into place to attain free and fair election. They are trying their best, but this is human beings we are dealing with, and to get these people to come into understanding, it takes time. and I feel like everybody is desperate to get the power to vote. So, and I would just say the issue is to engage more people in the security sector so that when it comes to times like this, you know that these are the agents that are working for you. You know, some of these agents that work at the police station, some are teachers that will go and rent, they'll tell them, they'll hire them from places to just wear the shirts and sit there to represent them. I feel like all those means that they should like.
Thank you. So, Mr. Joe, what do you have to say on that?
Just as
very
you,
brief,
you asked,
very brief.
just as you asked that we should train our polling agents to. When we train our polling agents to represent us there, they will surely do the work, but a party will come and complain that because it was your polling agent that was doing this and that, that is why you won. And I think when we do that, it will surely cause this as well. It won't solve anything. And so we'll still be on the same track.
So why don't you then get competent people who cannot be manipulated to man
exactly, it's the work of the EC to get good people, because see,
now hold on. Now we are looking at what the political parties are doing to ensure that their polling agents are doing the right thing at the polling station.
Yes, for the polling agents, they will do the right thing for their party. Yes, because every center we have agents that are monitoring the processes, right? But when it comes to the registration processes, we don't have polling agents there.
All right. So thank you very much, gentlemen. I would have wished that we go very deep into this. And I'd like to thank you for joining me. So I had on here Mr. Edem Francis, who is a political communicator for the the New Patriotic Party, and Mr. Joel Gozo, who is the communicator for the National Democratic Congress. To the youth out there, it is election year. Don't be allowed to be manipulated by our people. Ensure that your thumb does the talking. This is where we wrap up the political show. Stay tuned. After the commercial break, we delve into health.
This is a call to you. The dreamers.
Dreamers take a chance. Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that see no boundaries.
Get connected, feel the vibe. Catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Share your passion, let it flow.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Share your thoughts and let them know.
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box? architects of their journeys. Every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams, connecting ambitions. Telecel, connecting energies. This is a call to you. The dreamers.
Dreamers take a chance. Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that see no boundaries.
Get connected, feel the vibe. Catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Share your passion, let it flow.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Share your thoughts and let them know.
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
Share your fire, share your fire.
To the architects of their journeys, every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams. This is a call to you. The dreamers.
Dreamers take a chance.
Welcome back. This is the health segment. I am your host, Adam Mabel. Today we are tackling a sensitive yet essential topic, health implication on self-pleasure. It is considered as a taboo subject. Self-pleasure is a natural and a normal human part experience. Today I'm here with Mr. Regan Hagan and Ms. Dosia Miranda, who are to help me dive more into this topic. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're really looking good this morning.
You're not looking bad yourself.
By the grace of God.
Thank you very much. Now, today, our topic is health implication on self-pleasure, masturbation. Now, when we say masturbation, some people see it as a normal thing, and others also see it. So, Mr. Regan, you being the gentleman among us, let's start with you. So, what is masturbation?
Okay, so basically, when we say masturbation, it's actually both sexes stimulating your sexual organs to arouse yourself, and the end point is what? To gain what? Orgasm. Yeah, so that's basically what masturbation is.
Okay, Miss Dosia.
Well, he has said it all. It's just to stimulate yourself, to find release, and yes, an orgasm.
Okay, so now, when the person does that, and then he or she releases or receives the orgasm, what do you think are some of the mental health that affect the person?
Yeah, you know, masturbation normally doesn't come alone, because it involves maybe somebody watching a porn or nude pictures or something like that. So basically, it deals with the mental way, that's as you are talking about. So with the mind, this thing as you are talking about, we are talking about how it releases stress. That is how people perceive it is. Yeah, which we have diverse way of people interpreting it. And then also we have also boost more sleeping this thing habits. Okay. People normally say, normally if you talk to people who are victim of it, they tell you that after masturbating I can sleep well. So that helps a lot in your mental health, something. Yeah.
Do you think it helps boost the quality of sleep?
Well, it does. As he said, it helps relax you. So once you have your orgasm, once you've orgasmed, the hormones released are relaxation hormones. So it relaxes you, calms your mind, and then you are able to sleep well. It helps with stress and also anxiety. But as there's a positive to everything, there's also a negative aspect to it. So mentally, when you do it, when it becomes something you do on instincts, like it becomes a compulsive habit for you, then it's leading to addiction. And addiction is not something that is good. Yes. So when people often try to pleasure themselves, it leads to addiction, and then it becomes like second nature to them. So they use it as their coping mechanism. Even if anything happens, then they are trying to, okay, so let me do this, it will relax me, and then yes, so it's mentally it is good, and then in some aspect to it is not very good. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's look at the difference between the relationship and then sexual function or dysfunction.
You know, first of all, let's talk about normal relationship. You know, when people masturbate, normally, even after sleeping with maybe your spouse, sometimes they even find it they are not satisfied. Yeah.
And I heard this mostly happens to the women.
Yeah, sure. They are not, because of the pressure. You know, masturbation involves a lot of pressure because of the excessive pressure they put in. So if you meet somebody who's not a guy who's not normally strong in bed, you see them complaining.
That is when you see your partner.
Sure. So even after everything, having a normal sex life, they still feel unsatisfied. Yes. That's how come. Yeah. Yes.
So you even having a partner and then having all those such intimacy with the person, you still don't get satisfied.
No, not at all, because
unless you masturbate.
You masturbate. That's when you talk to people who are masturbating. That's what they tell you.
Okay, so let me add up to what he's saying. In that aspect where when you have intercourse with a partner, you are not satisfied. It's in the sense that when you pleasure yourself sexually, you know your body. It's yourself, so you are exploring yourself. You know what drives you. You know what gives you the most pleasure. But then your partner wouldn't know that aspect. So sometimes when you pleasure yourself and you're like, oh, this feels really good, but then your partner does not do what you do, so it gives you some dissatisfaction, as he says.
So, okay, so now, looking at what your partner is now, can masturbation be a healthy, risky for a person?
Yeah, in a sense that, as I said earlier, because of the hormones most of the time when you masturbate and you release this, it gives you that relaxation. People, it also reduces anxieties. Most people, I'm talking about the young ones, because when they are growing up, there's so much misinformation they tell them because of when you have sex, this and blah, 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 blah. So they have that anxiety. And then because that anxiety, when they are to meet somebody, or they are in a relationship, or they are having intercourse, they don't find it comfortable. Yeah, so that's it.
So does it really affect their health?
Well, yeah, masturbation affects your health. As I said, when it becomes an obsession, then you know it's leading to some mental issues there. And when you constantly masturbate, when you depend on self-pleasure to gain release or something, it gets to a time where you become anxious. Once you don't do it, then it's like you are missing out on something. That is mental, yeah. And then the question you asked about it being a healthy way of avoiding risk, it is in some aspects, because when you do it with yourself like this, you avoid the risk of getting sexually transmitted infections and other stuff. So yeah, it's in some aspect it is safe to do it, but then when it becomes too much, at least you need the company of someone to feel those closeness and something. So when you depend on yourself too much for self-pleasure, I don't think it's really advisable to you.
So looking at what she said, now let's look at the negative effects of excessive masturbation.
You know, I call it the number one on my list because I'm talking about guilt. You know, masturbation normally conflicts with our traditions and norms in the society, and then also our belief system. So when somebody partake in masturbation, at the end of it, they feel that, oh, what I did, what's the end point? What did I gain from that? You see, so the guilt inside there is something that they struggle to deal with. Yes, and then also talking about both misfunctional or sex organs. You know, lack of inappropriate releases of sperms. You know, the low sperm count, that's what I'm talking about. Normally, masturbating or involves in it, it has a major role to play in it because we are always prone towards releasing sperms and all that and you know, from the age of 30 going upwards, you realize that when you are releasing more, you become weaker. Because I'm talking about the male side, because anytime you release or you have an orgasm, it's what you are releasing out energies. So those energies, when you are going down, it's what gradually reduces. Yes, that's one of the effects it has.
And the guilt he spoke about is not because it's something shameful to do. It's a normal occurrence, as you said in your intro. But in our part of the world, we see it as something that is bad. Yeah. So once you tell someone, I do this, and they're like, they'll tag you a bad boy or a bad girl. But it's not really something like it. So that leads to the guilt because once I do it, I'll be like, what is society going to think of me? What is my religion or my parents going to think about me? And then it affects you mentally. So you start feeling guilt and shame, as even though once you do it for the pleasure of it, but after you are done and then the euphoria you felt from it wears off, then you start feeling the guilt and then the shame of whatever you've done.
Okay, so now let's look at the physical and emotional benefits of masturbation.
You know, one of the major things is to release stress, because people normally after work and then they are worked up because they are tired and all that. So normally they do this thing to relax themselves, to feel comfortable.
But they become weak when they do that also.
You know, addiction is something that, I don't know, it's something that keeps you, even when you are tired, still you have to go for it because of every day you are prone to it, your system is used to it. So that's how come. And then also, the mental, as we are talking about, the benefits. We are talking about boosting your mood, the swing mood, because when somebody is sad or maybe you are broken-hearted, people feel like, oh, let me do this to exercise myself or to make myself happy. That's how normal. Yes, people normally do this to just make them to feel happy or to feel in gap of being loneliness or something like that.
Like seriously?
Sure.
You just need to masturbate to just bring yourself calm.
Well, yeah, when you do it, you see, it comes with, once you have an orgasm, it comes with some sense of relaxation and then euphoria. So you are like, oh, wow, this relaxes me. So all the stress of the day is gone. Even if it's just for some period of time, the stress has worn away. And also some people use masturbation for therapeutic purposes, especially the males. So when you have low sexual libido, you can just try exploring your body and then to find out what arouses you and what you do that doesn't arouse you. Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Reagan, what advice will you give to those out there who fancy this?
You know, I would say addiction is something that is killing the youth today, and I also promise to advise the upcoming youth that they should stop partaking or following such nude activities such as the porn, nude pictures and all those things that arouses them to indulge themselves in such acts, which I think they should abstain from it totally, because masturbation is very killing. It's actually draining yourself, your self-esteem, and the guilt alone, all the stresses, all the challenges that you go through. It's something that brings you down. It can't make you being so much productive in anything that you do. Yeah.
Thank you very much. This is where we can end because time is not on our side. Yes, they said, indeed, when you are into this, you need to abstain yourself from that, watching this kind of pornographic things and then all those kind of things. Abstain yourself from it and it will help you. Up next is the business segment.
Financial market. Financial market.
Connecting ambitions. Telecel. Connecting. This is a call to you. The dreamers.
Dreamers take a chance. Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that see no boundaries.
Get connected, feel the vibe. Catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Share your passion, let it flow.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Share your thoughts and let them know.
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
Share your fire, share your fire.
To the architects of their journeys, every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams, connecting ambitions. Telecel, connecting energies. This is a call to you. The dreamers.
Dreamers take a
Financial market. Financial market.
Welcome back from that quick break. This is the business segment, your guide to understanding the complex world of taxation. Today, we are exploring a crucial aspect of international trade, taxation on importation and exportation. Today, I'm here with Mr. Redeemer and Ms. Sophia Duval to help us dive more into this. We'll also be discussing about the core product in town, whereby recently the president of COA, Professor Samuel Ato Duncan, made it clear to the public that there are people who are selling their products in the name of COA. Their products, I can say it's fake. Some are using their fake product and then selling it in the name of COA. I'm here with Ms. Duval and Mr. Redeemer to help us dive more into this. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're looking good this morning.
You're looking good as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now let's look at the COA product in town. Recently, a press release was held, and then the president of COA products, Professor Samuel Ato Duncan, made it clear to the public that people are in town and then they are selling their products in the name of his products, whereby what his products does not work with the same product the people are also selling. Now, let's look at the implications this have for the COA brand and its customers. Starting from you, Mr. Redeemer.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for the privilege on your show. Okay, first of all, thank you for your privilege on your show. So, I think the press release was a good take for the president to do to address the public about the fake sales of the COA product that is going on. Now, the implication on the ones that are taking the product is very alarming. If they are taking the fake product, it's going to be against their health. So the president doing that is a very good step to, because I believe he has a good concern about the Ghanaian taking in the product. So if there are issues or allegations that there are some people selling a product in his name, using his name to sell the product, then I think it's a good thing that he has done. And with the implication also, I will be happy if with that step that he has taken, he is going to address the people that if these products you want the COA product and there's this kind of thing not on it, then you shouldn't buy it. Do you get it? So if you are buying the COA product, they should have a serial number on it, as he said. So if you are not seeing that serial number, then don't buy it.
Okay.
You should also see that the logo is the same thing. And I will also advise that they should use social media platforms to build more awareness, because much people still don't know the difference between a COA product and the ones that are selling the fake ones.
But do you know that those selling the fake product or their own products, they also brand it like the way the COA brands their product? So don't you think people would think it's the same product they are buying?
Yes, people will surely think it's the same product. As I was saying, if they brand if they do their packaging well and educating the public about how their product looks like, people will surely know the difference. Because on their website now, they have displayed how you can differentiate between the fake one and the original one. So as I said earlier on, that they should use social media platform also to build more awareness so that people can differentiate with their packaging. Because I believe the fake people cannot do the packaging to the level that they have done. So if they can do more education, more awareness on how to differentiate their product, I believe it will help.
Ms. Sophia, what do you think are some of the implications on the COA products and also the customers, the brand and also its customers?
Yeah, the people selling substandard products are undermining the COA product. They are giving it a false view, some are saying that it cures some disease that they are not curing, and then it's harmful to the customers as well.
Yes, because due to the conference, the man was like, they have the mixture, the Core Plus, and then the immune booster. But when those people go out, they are like, it cures all sickness.
Yes, some people said it. He even mentioned some of the diseases that they said the Core mixture, but he said particularly that it's for the immune system. It's for, he manufactured the medicine to support our immune system, not to cure diseases like AIDS or other ones.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the market surveillance findings? Mr.
Okay,
Redeemer?
so with that one, with the market surveillance finding, we have discovered that some people are selling fake products, which is very alarming. I will suggest that they do more investigation about it. They do more investigation about it, since I believe that there will be more people that are still selling it that has not yet come to the limelight, that they don't know yet. So there should be more investigation. And during the press conference, the man said that they are working actively with the FDA, with the authorities to clamp down these agents.
Yes.
But I was thinking that before even a press release, they should have come out that they have already found some people and showed pictures that these people are the ones selling the fake product. So you should locate them, and when you see them, don't buy for them. Yeah.
Okay, so Ms. Sophia, what do you think are some of the legal actions that can be taken against those making these false claims?
Yeah, I think FDA should have people around to check for the products that are fake in the market, so that they will penalize them, and they are putting the customers at risk. If people are selling fake products in the market, and then the FDA, their job is to check our foods, what we take into our body, so that we won't get, because if you take something that is not supposed to be in your system, it will be harmful. It will harm you.
Okay, now, since 2016, the price of COA product has remained the same. Do you think the president or the company are using the proper chemicals for the production of the medicine? Because now, due to despite this inflation and all stuff, his price still remains the same. Do you think they are using the appropriate chemicals, and then they are not harming the people out there?
Okay.
He made mention that his focus is on, he's prioritizing our health. He's not interested in money. So keeping the price at 100 cedis since 2016 is a good thing. I think they are actually facing a huge risk, prioritizing our health to the money they are getting. That's why some people, I think when the distributors also go to get the medicine, they get it somehow, not that much interest on it. That's why some people put a lot of money on it and then sell.
Yeah, but he added that even with the 100 cedi that he has maintained for that time, he also said that some of the distributors will add some prices to it because they have to use their fuel or their energy or whatever medium they are using to deliver these medicines. So it may not be the 100 cedis that you will get it at the market side. But when you are getting it from the factory or where it is being taken from at a wholesale or a retail, that is when you are getting it at the 100 cedis. So yes, so I will also say that it's a good thing that he has kept it at that point, 100 cedis, that everyone can afford.
So now let's look at the how the company can engage with customers to remain their trust in the market.
Okay. For me, number one, I will suggest that they do market activation. They should go into the market, do activation, educate the illiterate ones that are there. Educate the ones that are not using social media to understand the product, to know how it is being used, to know the difference between the real and the fake one. As I said earlier on, and I'll mention again, that they should also use social media to the ones that are illiterate, that understand or can use their phones to also be exposed to the product, know the fake and the real one, and know its uses.
Okay, Ms. Sophia, so what do you think are some of the things they can do to engage the customers?
Yeah, I think they should
gain their
organize community events. Like the conference he did too was a good step to address this issue. Community events, they will bring the community members and then he will select some team. You should have a team that goes out to educate the people about the medicine, how it looks like. They should know how the bottle looks like. Some designs on it that they should check when they are buying the medicine so that they will be aware not to buy the fake one.
Okay, so they said the company needs to go out and educate the illiterate out there so that they shouldn't buy the fake product in place of the good or the correct product out there. Up next is the lifestyle segment.
Financial market. Financial market.
Yeah, hello viewers, welcome to GH Media School. And GH Media School is part of the GH School family. And when we talk about GH Schools, then we are talking about GH Media School, GH Cosmetology School, GH Fashion School, GH Catering School, which is our new school, and then GH Technology School. Very soon we are coming up with our GH Health School. And today I'm here to talk about the GH Media School. So let me introduce the departments to you. We have 3 departments in the media school. The first department is Journalism and Media Studies. With Journalism and Media Studies, we have subjects like TV presenting and TV journalism, radio presenting and radio journalism, newspaper reporting and print journalism. Then we have media law and media marketing.
centered on your grace. Adum, Adum, Wadum. I've been through a lot, but grace sustained me. My chest.
Welcome back from that quick break. This is the lifestyle segment where we explore fascinating dynamics of family and relationship. Today we are tackling a thought-provoking question where we get to know why mothers are celebrated than fathers. And I'm here with Miss Angela Paulson and Miss Gloria Mensah, who are here to help me tackle this topic. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, starting from you, Miss Angela, the way you are smiling, I can see you like our topic. So now, let me start from you.
Yeah.
Why do you think mothers are celebrated than fathers?
Okay, so thank you for this question, Miss Mabel. I think mothers are celebrated more than fathers due to historical reasons. You know, mothers are seen as caregivers, whilst fathers are seen as breadwinners. But now, as it stands now, mothers are doing the breadwinning job more than fathers. So mothers being celebrated more than fathers is the right thing to do.
So do you think the fathers are not playing their roles?
A lot of fathers are not playing their roles well. There are a lot of irresponsible fathers out there. For you to get an irresponsible mother, it will be very low. So mothers, yes, they should be celebrated more than fathers. Fathers are not doing their job well. Mothers are taking all the jobs.
Do you second her?
I don't.
She said fathers are not really playing their role.
I don't think so, because when it comes to single fathers, they play their role more. Same applies to the single mothers, because it looks like they don't have, there is no two partners to control the kids. So if it's separately, you see, there are more. Okay. You know, right now there are a lot of single mothers more than single fathers. There are a lot of single mothers doing the job alone more than fathers. Fathers, they can still be together doing the parenting job, but fathers won't take it because now women are working. At first, women were to be in the kitchen, not to work, not to school. It will be on the fathers. I don't think so, because you see, most women, they depend more on the men, especially when you go to those partners who are married. They depend on the men because they feel they shouldn't work. The man should rather go out and do jobs and then bring the money. Yeah. When you tell them to work, they'll be like, oh, my husband is this, there's no money. But, you know, you have to push, like, try to help the person to help, come in with more efforts. You know, Miss Mabel, when we listen to what Miss Gloria is saying, in this generation, I don't think mothers are still dependent on fathers. Women are not dependent on men anymore. We have such women who are doing that.
Yes, we have countries, the women doesn't work.
They don't work. Yes, they depend on the men. That doesn't mean they can't do their job well as mothers. At least they care. Fathers are doing this I don't care thing.
Seriously.
And you can be married and be in like a relationship maybe with your guy or maybe your husband, and he won't do his job well. Because he thinks you are working or you are gaining a little from your job, he thinks it should be both sides. It's either he leaves it all to you. You can do it all by yourself. Mothers are trying harder more than fathers. So people see the Mother's Day to be very important to them more than Father's Day. Me like this, I don't enjoy Father's Day because I know what I've seen.
Seriously, because sometimes it will get to Father's Day and
nobody
then you won't even hear
anything. And that's very bad. I think fathers are also forcing. No matter what, fathers are also forcing. You have to try to celebrate them because it's nice to celebrate your dad on Father's Day. Not to be like, because mothers are suffering, mothers are this. No, we have to celebrate them. They are all important. Let's just take example now. You know, right now, guys are giving birth. Anyhow, young guys are giving birth. I don't know if it's a fashion thing. People are just giving birth while they are not even working. So just imagine them. They won't do their job well as fathers.
So mostly
it's going to be on the ladies. I think the ladies are the ones who are not
thinking well. Excuse me to say, because if you know what you want, you wouldn't go in for a man you know that you are supposed to get married before giving birth and all those things. And you should know that mistakes do happen, but you should know the kind of man the man you are going for.
And you know, this economy is very hard. You go in for a hard-working man, and the pay and stuff. So most of the time, it's on the woman.
That is when you, the woman, you have to come in. You shouldn't be there and then feel like because the economy is hard or what.
So the man on the
now we are looking at why mothers are celebrated than fathers. So we could see that the women mostly do most of the work. Okay. Now let's look at how to work to break down this gender stereotypes of and then recognize both genders.
Yeah. So I think fathers should put in their best. If you have a child or if you are doing this parenting thing, I think you should do more. Don't say because you are the breadwinner, you're not going to care. Some fathers are really, I don't care. Don't really care about the kids. They think because they remove money, pay for fees and other stuff, they don't really care. As in, talk to the child. You know, mothers do that a lot. When a mother sees a child going through trauma, the mother notices it. But fathers, he thinks taking money or paying bills is all that he has to do. So mothers are really doing the job. And yes, they should be appreciated more than men. Yes.
Okay. Yes, from Miss Angela, she said mothers are really doing the job and they should be more appreciated. They should be more recognized than fathers. This is where we are ending the lifestyle segment. Up next is the sports segment. Yeah. Hold on, what's the up next?
Jingle back no man.
Now when suffering you cover by. Wow, I can taste ginseng extract in there.
Exactly.
Just taste reminds me of our childhood days. Grandma used to send us to go to the forest and go get her ginseng to prepare something for Grandpa. There was this time your mother saw a snake.
Hey! I've never run that fast in my life.
Hey, Muna Namiva. Pacha Pejensin. Quiet blunt to him. Pacha. Okay.
And with the help of all those we met on the way, we finally found that special herb. It's called ginseng.
Wow. Uncle, tell us what story.
Okay, I will tell you more.
Jingle Herbal. Drink herbs the new way.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is a call to you. The dreamers.
Dreamers.
The ones that see no boundaries.
Get connected, feel the vibe. Catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Share your passion, let it flow.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Share your thoughts and let them know.
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
Share your fire, share your fire.
To the architects of their journeys, every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams, connecting ambitions. Telecel, connecting energies.
Hello and welcome to GH Schools, and I'm here to introduce all our schools to you, and I'm starting with GH Media School. So GH Media School, we have 3 departments: journalism and media studies, journalism and media arts.
All right, so good morning once again. I welcome you to the Sports Vibe, and there's a game on Duke TV. My name is Special to the mascot, Endo Shea. You guys know how we do it. We have a lot of interesting lineup in the world of football fraternity, but with time we have a little gist coming to you in the world of sports. You can also call me the game predictor, and I'm with my man
Michael Ashara. So today we'll be looking at the UEFA Champions League, which will be coming off between Madrid and Dortmund. We'll also dive into the English Premier League, which has just ended last week of Sunday. So let's look at how the English Premier League.
All right, so in the English Premier League, City crowned victorious ahead of Arsenal. The Gunners, I'm wearing Arsenal, yes, but then
they lost the title to Man City in the match day 38 of the English Premier League. They won their last game against the Hammers of West Ham by 3-1, and that guaranteed them their league title. And it has been a 4 consecutive time for Pep Guardiola. And Pep Guardiola, 8 years in the EPL, he has won 6 of the title, the EPL title. Man, this is now a famous league. I don't know.
Amazing, you know. When you become a manager and you are able to manage your team to win a 6 Champions League Premier League title is actually an amazing thing. So looking at Pep, I say he's a good coach. But when he was in Barca,
yeah,
they were saying like it was.
Yeah, it's more
Messi who was helping him to win trophies.
Eto'o and all
when
that.
When he gets to Bundesliga,
yeah,
it was then said it was a famous league.
Yeah, because
but
of
looking at
the guys there though.
In English Premier League, this is a tough league that they mostly play. Okay. Looking at Liverpool, Arsenal in this competition.
Chelsea and Manchester United. Yeah, so I think Pep is really doing a good job. And, you know, one thing about Pep Guardiola I love so much is that he always tries to invest heavily on where he thinks that it could be a problem to a setup. So Pep Guardiola won the EPL by 3-1 against West Ham, the Hammers. And also it was just a 2-point margin between Arsenal and Pep Guardiola's side, the City Blues of Manchester. But, you know, quickly, before we go, let's
talk about the Champions League where the Dortmund will play against the Los Blancos of Real Madrid in the UEFA.
I was expecting way back Champions League final between Bayern and Dortmund in the same venue, London.
I was thinking also that the history will repeat itself last 2013.
Yeah,
when Dortmund has to face Bayern.
Sure.
So I was actually thinking it could have repeated. But then, this is football.
But that's football, and that's what we expected in football. Sometimes what you expected is not what really happens in football. But moving on, what could be your prediction, or what do you think about that very game? City playing against, sorry, I beg your pardon, Madrid playing against
Dortmund.
I would say, looking at the form Madrid is having now, Madrid is actually doing well in the La Liga. That's the La Liga.
Yeah.
So comparing Madrid to Dortmund, I think Madrid will have the win of the Champions League because they have come far and they will not give it to Dortmund.
All right, but the Bundesliga side, they've really done well. Talking about Leverkusen playing the Europa finals against Atlanta, and also getting Dortmund playing against Real Madrid. It tells you that the Bundesliga this season, they've really done good job. And also I would like to say a very good job to the head coach of Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso, playing 51 games unbeaten, and this is a record. And he's expecting to win the Europa League as well.
Yeah, so talking about Leverkusen, Leverkusen is playing a match with Atlanta today at exactly 7 p.m. And looking at the form Leverkusen is having now, I see they have the upper hand of winning this Europa today.
Okay, but then quickly, let's talk about City against United, FA Cup finals. Prediction, let's go. But I think that game, I don't know, because United defenders are mostly, they have a lot of injury list, and talking about their top defenders, and even Varane leaving the club, and I mean, almost 90% of their centre backs are injured, and going in against City, a very strong attacking team who love to play in a different style. What could be your prediction, quickly?
So I would say, I'm hoping for Man U to win the FA Cup.
Man U?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, that's football of 90 minutes, so sometimes it is unpredictable. This is where we end our sports vibe and game on right here on Youth TV. My name is Special to Damascus and O'Shea, and we bring to an end of the Cockroom Morning Show. I would like to say a very big thanks to our producer and all presenters and the technical team, and also to our proud sponsors, Telecel, GA Schools, and AVV Rise. We say thank you very much for your sponsorship, making this program a successful one. Until then, we call it a wrap. Catch us in the evening.
Fill my cup up. At the end of the first half, keep them pouring. What a chance! It's done it! Yeah. Diamond Simon with my shirt tucked. Yeah. Mink was 80K, that's yeah. Alright, but not for long. Then I'll go cop another one. At the top. Fill my cup up. At the end of the first half, keep them pouring. What a chance! It's done it! Yeah. Diamond Simon with my shirt tucked. Yeah. Mink was 80K, that's yeah. Alright, but not for long. Then I'll go cop another one. At the top. Fill my cup up. At the end of the first half, keep them pouring. What a chance! It's done it!
Yeah, medini, yeah, mesepi unti. Abraboyimo, and it was ya machi. Sami radia, yaminea. Sami kawunyini. Kanelo baby, and Namitipa. And Crawford checks not titi. Put a jam and walk the moon is mati.
Build the skill and capacity to become the media expert you have always aspired to be with GH Media School. If you want to become a TV presenter, radio presenter, actor or actress, camera operator, digital video editor, film producer, graphic designer, then it's GH Media School. We offer journalism and media studies, journalism and media arts, TV and film production, and multimedia production. With our seasoned lecturers, state-of-the-art facilities, and practical-based tuition, you are assured of a great learning experience. Join the best media school ever. Admissions are open. Enroll now. Locate GH Media School at Achimota Abofu Junction near the Achimota News Station or call 0302-424-909, 0544-622-250 and 0277-622-250. GH Media School. Train, practice, achieve.